First things first, I apologize in advance. I just recently moved in. This is my new house and I'm currently living in a construction zone. There's houses getting built across the street, so I can't really avoid that for the time being, so apologies. But today's video has been 8 months in the making. I'm going to be talking about my experience with CoolSculpting. I got CoolSculpting done back in February on my estómago and on my sides, or what they call flanks. So today I'll be talking about the process, the recovery, as well as my results here 8 months later. I just want to preface this video with saying I am not a medical provider. I don't even work in the medical field. So everything I'm talking about is just from my personal experience. And this video is not meant to try to sway people into getting CoolSculpting if they don't want it. It's just meant to be a resource for people who are interested and want to know a little bit more about it. So if you are curious about CoolSculpting, please continue to watch. Make sure to like and subscribe, and let's get on with the video. So first thing, I got my CoolSculpting done at Radiance Med Spa in Vinings, Georgia. If you are familiar or local to Georgia, I will have it linked below. And I saw Tanya, she does all CoolSculpting at the med spa, and my sister Courtney also works at the med spa and does Botox and filler. Tanya was fabulous, 10 out of 10. She's hilarious. She makes you feel right at home, and she is really good at what she does. So I definitely recommend Radiance if you are in the area. I'll talk a little bit first about what the process was like of actually getting the procedure done. I have an entire video actually showing me getting CoolSculpting on my sides, muffin tops, flanks, whatever you want to call it. So I will link that down below, but I actually show you me getting it done, what the whole thing looks like if you want to see and hear a little bit more detail about CoolSculpting. Basically, CoolSculpting freezes your fat cells and then you flush them out through pee, essentially, over the next several months. I am no scientist, I'm no CoolSculpting expert, but that's what I understand it to be. CoolSculpting is not meant to, and it doesn't claim to get rid of 100% of your body fat. I believe it gets rid of up to 20% of your fat, but everybody's different. There's no promises of how your body will react. Of course, with any kind of medical procedure, there are risks involved with it, but I'm just going to tell you guys my experience with CoolSculpting, and of course, consult with the technician who's doing your CoolSculpting prior to moving forward with it. I got 2 sessions done on my stomach with like a half final session done. So kind of like 2.5 sessions done on my stomach. I will elaborate in a second. And then I got 2 sessions done on my sides. So that's a lot of sessions. Thank you so much, Tanya. We spent a lot of time together. Whether you are getting CoolSculpting done on your stomach or your flanks, the process is basically the same. All that it is they have an applicator that they apply to the areas where you want to help reduce stubborn fat, and they put the applicator on that area, and then Tanya turns on the machine. There's a suction that is applied to the area, as well as it's very cold, hence the word CoolSculpting. And then for my stomach, I had 4 applicators per session. So one session you'll have 4 different applicators on your stomach, and each applicator sits for 35 minutes. Do the math, you're there for a minute. I would recommend bringing a book, bringing your phone, watching some Netflix or YouTube, because you're just gonna be chilling literally there for a second. So the applicator sits on you for about 35 minutes, and it honestly does not hurt at all when the applicator is applied. It just feels like super cool. You feel like you have ice on your stomach a little bit, but then that sensation goes away. You don't even know that anything's happening to you. The only thing that has any kind of discomfort is after 35 minutes are over, the applicator is removed, and then your fat kind of looks like a glob of butter. It's just a cute little butter stick, so it's all bunched up there. So see how it's like a firm, oh my gosh!
So that is all the frozen fat cells.
2 minutes. I'm telling you, I think she's gonna be fine. And then Tanya, whoever you're seeing, has to massage the fat for 2 minutes. It doesn't hurt. It is a little bit uncomfortable. I would say it's like a 2 out of 10 pain scale. It's not bad at all. I was literally just chilling, talking to Tanya and Courtney and recording myself like nothing was happening, and I don't have the biggest pain tolerance. So you can do anything for 2 minutes and it's not bad. If I had to explain the sensation of the fat getting massaged out, it would honestly, it almost feels like you have a bruise that somebody's touching. Almost like an old bruise though, not a fresh one that's been there for a minute. So she massages the fat out for 2 minutes, and then that's it, you're done. So you repeat that 4 times for 4 different sections on your stomach. And then if you were going for your sides, she does 1 suction on each flank. 35 minutes each, 70 minutes to get your flanks done. So the process is super non-invasive. It is a little bit of a time commitment, but you can multitask when you're getting it done. Now, I will talk a little bit more about my recovery over the last 8 months, but specifically around like the 2 weeks following a cool sculpting procedure. And please excuse me, I have notes on my phone. I took notes like day after day for weeks after getting it done. But I'm first gonna talk about my stomach and what that recovery looked like. So like I said, I got 2.5 sessions done of my stomach. I got the first session done in February. So I was there for what, 140 minutes, a little bit over 2 hours to get 4 suctions done on my stomach. The day of, minimal pain with the experience, the process, but then afterwards, the next day, I was just so swollen. I was much larger than I was the day before. Okay, so here's what I'm looking like the morning after. You can see it's like straight right here, and then where it goes out a little bit, that's where it's swollen. I have a bump, looking a little bit preggers. Usually it's not like this. So that is where I am swollen today, and it's still a little bit red, and it just is sore to touch. And then here's what it looks like in the front. So just beware, you will get swollen a little bit. I was definitely a little bit puffy. It hurt if I touched my stomach or if I bent over a little bit too much. The next day, I definitely didn't want to go run a marathon. I skipped the gym. It just wasn't super comfortable to be doing a bunch of crazy movements, and I was swollen. Also, just keep in mind, my pants didn't fit me. I couldn't button my pants from the swelling for the first 4 days. So just have stretchy pants prepared, or maybe some baggy shirts. I still wore the same pants, but I just had a shirt that wasn't tucked in, so it covered up the fact that my pants were not buttoned. I did get some bruising around day 6. It was almost like a yellow bruise. Nothing major, nothing crazy, just wanted to mention it. And I feel like today is the first day where it actually looks noticeably different than it did the day before. It's day 6 since it still hurts when you apply pressure to it, and it feels numb at the same time. It's like if you run your finger over it, you can't tell because it's numb, but if you press it, it hurts. So that's how we're feeling today. I just noticed this morning there's bruising. I literally feel like the bruising just showed up today, but you can see it's just some yellow bruising, which tells me that this will hopefully be going away soon. So we have that, that's new. And I'm still swollen. It's like, it's straight and then it goes out, but it's looking better than it has. I'm hoping today when I put on my work pants, it's not as painful as it has been the last couple of days because they're tight, but that's what's happened so far. It definitely gets swollen. Try to wear loose pants. At day 10, all of this comfort was gone. It was like I never got cool sculpting done, and I just felt like I did before I got it done. So I could touch my stomach, everything was fine. But I do want to mention, you will feel numb wherever you get cool sculpting applied. So I felt numb for about 2.5 weeks or so. I can't even explain it to you, but you just basically touch your stomach and you can't tell you're touching your stomach because it's numb, because it's frozen. I got my second round of cool sculpting done a month later in March, and it was the exact same process, but the recovery was a little bit easier this time. I didn't get quite as swollen the second time around, and I actually went to the gym the day after. So I did recover a little bit quicker this time around. It still did, I couldn't be like pressing on my stomach without feeling any discomfort the next day. But I would say once again, like honestly around a week or 10 days max, I fell back to normal once again after the second round. Happy Halloween. I look awful, so I'm gonna talk like this. So I know I'm being confusing, but for this second session, I got 2 smaller suctions on my lower stomach and then the Big Daddy on the upper half of my stomach. So I'll talk about that a little bit more, okay? The Big Daddy Cool Sculpting. Tanya just used a huge applicator that covered my whole stomach. This one does not have suctioning or anything. It's just colder than the normal suction. She's doing a different applicator. Tanya, what's the tea? It's a big boy one. It's gonna be an hour and 15 minutes for one big applicator versus 2 applicators for 35 minutes. It's called the Smooth Pro. No suction, it's just colder. What's the degrees?
-14.
-14 degrees Celsius, which in American, I don't know what that is, I'm Anyways, it's gonna be colder and more time, bigger boy. It's supposed to smooth everything out.
That's how big it is? Wow. I don't think I've ever seen this one.
That's what she said.
Oh my god.
So hopefully I'll be less swollen. She couldn't do it on the bottom part because I have more fat up there. So it's bigger and it's colder than the normal suctions. She just did this to kind of even everything out. It sits on your stomach a little bit longer. There's no suctioning. It kind of just smooths everything out. So I got that done. And the recovery for that was nothing. I didn't get swollen or anything. It didn't hurt. There was no suctioning. I was just numb on my stomach for a few weeks, which honestly is a non-issue. Now I will talk a little bit about the recovery for the flanks. It's kind of the same as it was for my stomach, but just to give you a little bit of a timeline, I got my flanks done in February as well, but I got them done about 2 weeks after I got my stomach done. And it's the same process. There's just 2 applicators, 1 on each side. And the recovery honestly was a lot easier the first time around for my flanks. There's almost no swelling. I just wore my normal clothes, went to the gym the next day and lived my normal life. But of course, if I like poked my side, if I ran into something, I would feel a little bit of discomfort. I returned to my normal state like within a week for my flanks. And then I got my second round of my flanks done 2 weeks after the first one. I know I look absolutely gorgeous. Hi guys, I'm a superstar. I just wanted to show you guys what I'm looking like a week after getting my flanks done for a second time. And this is about 5 weeks since I got my stomach done, and I'm going to be going in today for my second session for my stomach. The sides are not bad at all. It's been a week and they don't even hurt anymore. They're not bruised or anything. I feel like they look like normal. So for my stomach, there was about a month in between each session. For my flanks, there's about 2 weeks for each session, and the flanks didn't swell as much. There wasn't as much discomfort as for my stomach. Now, what you guys are all really curious about, the results, I will have a video on the screen of before and after getting my cool sculpting done. Please don't judge me, guys. My stomach has always been the thing I'm most self-conscious of. I just genetically carry my fat in my stomach if I do have fat. So that's why I wanted to get it done here. There definitely is a difference after getting cool sculpting done. You can't expect to go into it and get abs at the end of it. That's just not how it works. It does not get rid of 100% of your fat. I believe it gets rid of up to like 20% of your fat, but that is up to. It doesn't guarantee 20% fat. So I definitely see a difference after getting cool sculpting done, especially like I wear sports bras to the gym now and not tops, and I feel comfortable. I used to not even want to show my stomach at all. Now if I have high-waisted pants on, I am comfortable with my stomach. I definitely feel like there's more fat reduction on my top half of my stomach than the bottom. That's probably because I have less fat on the top and then the bottom. Overall, I definitely can see a difference, and I would recommend it if you're looking for a non-invasive way to get rid of a little bit of fat. You know, you just want to tighten some things up. So I am super happy with my experience with the process, with the results. And I actually, you guys are gonna think I'm crazy, but I think I might go in for some more cool sculpting. Tanya got a new machine that's supposed to remove even more fat. So I might be doing that and documenting it. It's a whole new machine they have at their office. And yeah, if I get it done, I will record it and show you guys. But that is the entire process. Like I said, non-invasive way to reduce fat. Definitely check if you are in the area, go see Tanya, but if you have someone else in your area, you would need to do a consultation with whoever the cool sculpting technician is. They'll let you know if you're a good candidate for it or not. But if you are a good candidate and you decide to move forward with it, I hope this video helped you out. So if you guys liked it, please make sure to like and subscribe. Let me know what you want to see in the comments below. Watch out for another cool sculpting video from me coming at some point, and I will see you guys in 2 Wednesdays. Peace out. Bye, haters. Peace.